from Southern Maryland's weather leader. This is a JB Weather Alert.
And good morning, everyone. I'm Forecaster John Bordash here with you for your 5 o'clock update. Going to start doing these every hour now that we're getting a little bit closer to the heart of this event. If you can hear me fine, let me know in the comments. But we are beginning to gradually see this transition from rain over to sleet and over to snow across the area. Our northern zones have already switched over to snow. We're beginning to see that snow fall in places like Anne Arundel County, places like Prince George's County. And we're beginning to see that sleet line now sink a little further south as we push into parts of Calvert County, parts of St. Mary's, and parts of Charles County. And I see that Kevin is already reporting that we're starting to see snow mixing in with the sleet on up towards Dunkirk and northern parts of Calvert County. Again, I'm over here in Prince Frederick reporting live for this storm. We're still sitting with a rain-sleet mix where I'm at right now. Once we start to see things change a little bit, we'll do one of these updates outside to get that together. But we are looking at this snow pushing into the region. What I want to do is switch us on over here actually to a different program, and what this is going to show us is really allow us to get into radar, and we're getting our new temperature readings coming in, and we have now dropped down to the freezing point over towards Andrews Air Force Base. We're sitting at 34 degrees on over towards DC. We're getting near the freezing point on over towards Annapolis. Where you see these darker blues setting up, that would be indicative of where we're beginning to see some heavier bands of snow set up, and right now it looks like one of our first heavy bands of snow has set up from Annapolis on over towards DC, on over towards Manassas, really following along Route 15 on over towards I-66. We are seeing this sleet line begin to shift a little further to the south. Again, where I'm at in Prince Frederick, we're still looking at a rain-sleet mix, but our radar is suggesting that we are beginning to get cold enough in the upper levels of the atmosphere to start transitioning over to snow once you hit Huntingtown points north on over towards La Plata points north. And once you do switch over to that snow, it could be heavy at times. Our radar is showing when we're getting a heavier band trying to set up here south of La Plata. This is likely sleet right now, but if you can get those temperatures down a couple more degrees, that would transition over to some heavy snow. And radar is actually picking up on a pretty heavy slot of snow on over towards central Virginia. If we put on our current reports, you can see we are reporting snow in DC on over towards Andrews Air Force Base, Annapolis, Baltimore, and that sleet line is ever so slowly making its way to the south. And we will see that eventually push through the entire region. Let's take you on over towards Futurecast. Let's time it out here for you. What are we looking at? When are we looking at it? We will get a new run of this here in just a little bit, but actually if we move this just over to 5 o'clock, not doing too bad of a job. Our Futurecast suggested that we would be sitting with a decent amount of sleet in the area at right around 5 o'clock, which looks to be holding true. We are seeing northern areas switch over to snow, and our Futurecast suggests that over the next hour, most of us will switch over to snow. You can see here by 5:52, switching over to that heavier band of snow with sleet setting up down towards the south. That sleet will eventually get out of here, and Futurecast says by 8 o'clock, we are looking at widespread moderate to heavy snow. Futurecast then keeps the snow in the area throughout the morning, eventually beginning to wane it on out of here after lunchtime, and finally getting out of here by sunset tonight. If we take a look at the snow start transition times for you, I think most of our region is still on tap to see that transition between 4 and 6 o'clock. We're sitting right at 5 o'clock, right in the middle of that right now. For our southern zone, for our southern St. Mary's County, I'm likely looking at that transition happening a little later, maybe closer to 6, 7, or 8 o'clock. And that's because you will be looking at sleet trying to hold on a little bit longer down there. But I think even you two will get into some snow. We're going to get past the school odds. We're past forecasting now. If we come here into our hyper-local look for your snowfall forecast, we are still set up to see most of those areas there shaded in white getting 4 to 8 inches. And there's likely going to be a band where you're able to get 6, 8, 9, maybe even 10 inches of snow. What I do want to do is take you back here into actually, I'm going to switch this on over to Futurecast here. I want to show you what our Futurecast model is doing as it begins to come in the newest run of it. I want to get you switched on over here. And what this is going to be able to do is show us how much snow our Futurecast model is expecting for us to see. So let's go ahead and get some of these layers off, and let's get our model data loaded on up in We want to take this on over towards snow accumulation. And our model has, by 8 o'clock tonight, a healthy amount of snow. Where you see this white area on up north, that's at least a coating. The darker grays is about an inch. Blue zone would be 2 to 5. Purple would be like 6 to 8. And pinks would be like an 8 to 10. So our Futurecast model is really trying to come in here with a locally heavier band of some increased snow totals, and our model is trying to place that really kind of from Annapolis, DC, Manassas over towards Fredericksburg, really kind of right in this region. This is where our model is trying to suggest we could be looking at an enhancement in the snow totals. Potentially you're talking a little bit more like a 6 to 10 being possible here, where outside of that you're getting that 4 to 8 inch zone coming through much of the region, all the way out here. Again, talking about 4 to 8, getting 2 to 4 up north, and less than 2 inches on over towards the Winchester area. So we'll see. Again, our model has been very persistent in trying to suggest that we could be looking at this enhancement here in parts in northern Calvert County, northern St. Mary's, Charles, southern PG, southern Anne Arundel County. So we'll see if this does indeed happen this way. And a lot of our models show this. So it's kind of a wait and see at this point. We're kind of past the point where the models will become overly helpful, and we're just trying to see what is actually going on. So we will continue to watch this. In terms of timing everything out, well, first let's talk about the wind gusts. We're looking at gusty winds throughout the mid to late morning, and we will be talking about that high threat from snow really pushing in after sunrise this morning. So we're getting there now. So in about an hour and a half or 2 hours, I think we could be looking at those heavy snow bands continuing to set up, lasting into the afternoon with some clearing as we head on over towards sunset. Now, temperatures, they're not going to be getting close to freezing. Well, they will be near freezing, but they won't be getting above freezing. And if they do, it's just barely. So I think we will be keeping the snow, the slick roads, overnight tonight into tomorrow morning, likely impacting travel for tomorrow. Those initially wet roads right now will eventually go over to developing slick spots. Those secondary roads are likely to become snow covered at times, and we are likely to going to see some reduced visibility. I want to see if I can't just pull up some of our traffic cameras, because I believe we are starting to see some snow on them. So I want to see if I can find it. I was looking at these just a little bit ago, and you were able to, I was able to see it a little clear. Oh, there we go. Yeah. So I want to switch us on over here. Let's take you, boop. We can go ahead and minimize this. And here you go. You can see it. Now this is 50 at 97, 50 eastbound, and it might be a little fuzzy to see, but you can see, or we're beginning to see that snow come down here in parts of Anne Arundel County. So we will continue to watch this. Outside of that, many of our traffic cameras not getting the best light treatment. It's kind of hard to see what's going on. I mean, the Indian head camera won't really be showing us anything until we get some sunlight over there. Our Leonardtown camera is showing just some wet roadways with the way things are sticking right now. So let's go ahead, and we're going to go ahead and watch how everything kind of shapes up for us. We're going to keep the winter storm warning up until 4 o'clock this afternoon, and we're probably going to be seeing those periods of heavy snow with gusty winds across the region. So stay with stay with JB Weather. I'll continue to keep you updated on Facebook, facebook.com/JBWeather, Twitter at @JB_weather, Instagram at JB Weather, and of course, JBweather.net. That's where you'll be able to find all of the latest forecast updates with what it is we're watching. In the meantime, though, I'm Forecaster John Bordash. Thank you for joining me here, and we'll be talking again right around 6 o'clock for your next hourly update.
Check the forecast anytime online at jbweather.net.